Now, given Ayton's deal, where do you see KD playing next season?
Phoenix really screwed themselves. Had they given DeAndre Ayton this deal last year, Skip, guess what could have happened? Now you could have included him in a signing trade. Now it makes it more feasible or likely that you could trade for Kevin Durant. That's if the Brooklyn Nets want Mikal Bridges, want a Jay Crowder, DeAndre Ayton, and maybe a couple of draft picks. But because you waited, because you didn't think Ayton was worth that, he goes and signs this offer sheet with the Indiana Pacers. Now he can't be a part of any signing trade. He can't until, as Jen said, January 15th. Mm-hmm. Now you're kind of screwed. That's kind of on the back burner there. And so now it seems like Phoenix is off the table. Skip, from the very first time that Kevin Durant requested a trade, and you and I came out here, I think it was a Monday, I said, Skip, the team that has the pieces and that can offer Brooklyn everything that they could possibly want, given that there's a scenario that you're not getting pennies on the dollar, but maybe you can get 70 cents on the dollar, is the Golden State Warriors. And if you look at what they have, now, they have a Poole, they have a Kuminga, they have a Wiseman, they have a Moody. Now, if Brooklyn were to move Ben Simmons, you could also include Andrew Wiggins in this deal. So now you get the all-star player, you get the young talent Poole, Wiseman, Kuminga, Moody possibly, and maybe a couple of draft picks. Now, the question is, and you don't believe Kevin Durant wants to go back to Golden State.
I do not.
But at the end of the day, Brooklyn will not do Kevin Durant any favors. Maybe there was a time, Skip, your San Antonio Spurs did DeJounte Murray. They said, we go into a rebuild, bro.
Flat out, tear it down, start it over.
Skip, we don't want you to be, we believe you're too good of a player. We're going to do you a solid. Mm-hmm. We're going to trade you somewhere where we think you can benefit them.
That is true.
They did that for him. In this situation, I don't believe Brooklyn Nets will do Kevin Durant a solid. I believe they're going to take the best deal if one was to present itself sometime in the very near future. Now everybody's talking, and we're going to talk about Jerry West, that they believe that Kevin Durant's going to probably end up playing at least this year in Brooklyn. Phoenix is off the table. Now you hear some rumors about Kyrie Irving and Kyle Lowry. Man, Brooklyn Nets do not want Kyle Lowry for no Kyrie Irving. And I don't want no Kyle Lowry, no Tyler Hero, no Duncan Robinson. Skip, Duncan Robinson, you just gave him, what, $17, $18 million 2 years ago, and he became unplayable. So, Max Strus, what does that do for me if I'm giving up Kyrie Irving? Does nothing. So, Skip, at the end of the day, I still believe Golden State has the best package that can satisfy what Golden State want. Young, talented players and potential draft picks. That is the only team, Skip. If you check the landscape, now there might be other teams, but I don't know if Kevin Durant wants to go to Sacramento. I don't know if a team, he doesn't want to go. OKC got what, like 17 first-round picks, Skip. He don't want to go back to OKC. And OKC, are you going to be willing to give up, say, a Josh Giddey or Shai Gilgeous, or do they want Chet Holmgren? I don't believe OKC is willing to give up those pieces and 5, 6, 7 first-round picks to get Kevin Durant back. So for me, Skip, I'm going to hang in there. I've said it from the very first time that this happened. I believe it's the Golden State Warriors.
So you believe he will wind up and play next year in Golden State?
If they're going to move him, and I still believe they do, he'll be playing with the Golden State Warriors.
Okay. I will repropose my bet to you. I'll bet you 10 cases he doesn't wind up in Golden State.
I'll do 3.
3 cases.
3 cases.
Done. Thank you very much. Okay, here's the problem for the Brooklyn Nets. I don't care what package you want to throw back. If you want to do Wiseman and Kuminga and Moody, or throw in Jordan Poole and Wiseman and Moody, or what, I don't know. If you want to throw either Clay or Draymond in with 2 younger players and some picks, it still ain't Kevin Durant.
No.
It's just not. The smoke clears and the Nets wake up and they say, we're okay. You know, we're decent, but we're not what we were.
No, you don't get, Skip, you don't get true value for a superstar.
Which is why I don't believe they want to trade Kevin at all.
They don't.
It's why from day one I told you what I would do if I ran that organization. I would just say, Kevin, look, we love you, man, we'll do everything in our power to make you as happy as. If you want to change coaches, I don't know exactly how much he signed off on Steve Nash. He did have a relationship with him, so I guess he blessed it. But if he thinks it didn't work, if he thinks Steve's not strong enough, if he thinks they need a more of a hard driving coach, somebody who'll stand up to Kyrie, change coaches.
Yeah.
But I believe this is what I would do. I would just tell him, Kevin, you signed for 4 more years, and you're here, whether you like it or not, whether your brother likes it or not. His brother tweeted back at me, hell with that and hell with you. Well, it was that Kevin, that may come straight, that's almost like he used his brother to be a burner, right? But the point is, he'll get over it because Kevin doesn't have the kind of personality to pout, to me. He hoops. He loves to hoop. He loves to work out. He doesn't get nearly enough credit because he doesn't post his workouts, but I believe he's just as driven as LeBron is in the gym.
Yeah, and no doubt about that.
And all he wants to do, to your point, is I don't want to lead the team. I don't want to be the spokesman for the team. I just want to go hoop. I want to go play basketball. And he's at an advanced stage and age in his career where he can't not play basketball. He can't afford, sort of psychologically, emotionally, or just age-wise, to sit a whole year and say, hell with you, I'm just going to sit. Right. You know, if that's what you're saying, if you're going to force me here, I'm not going to play.
Right.
Or I'll play and pout. It doesn't do him any good. It doesn't serve him for the legacy, for the totality of his career to sit out or pout next year. So I don't know why they would crumble and trade him. They have to placate. They have to act like, well, we scoured the countryside for you. We tried, but their demands are clearly so high. It's like you said, you can make a demand so high that you know nobody's going to meet it.
Yeah, exactly.
And even if they do meet your demands, it will never quite equal Kevin Durant.
And then, Skip, if a team is able to, it's the Carmelo to the Knicks.
Yeah.
Melo want to go to the Knicks, but when they clean house, they get Melo. Melo looks around, he's like, well, damn, you sold me a house with nothing in it.
That is correct.
It's an empty house. So now...
So it was Melo's dream come true to go to New York.
Yes.
He was born in New York and to play for the Knicks.
Yes.
And you're all by yourself.
You all by...
Okay. All right. It was Russ's dream to come to the Lakers, and it turns into his worst nightmare. Okay. So look... The problem here is, if you're the Suns now, you did get stuck. And I agree with your premise. You could have paid him. It's the Dak concept.
Yes.
You could have paid Dak 2 years before, and you would have saved millions of dollars. You ended up having to pay him $75 million for 1 year with his bonus. And all told, it was $75 million that he made last year because you waited and waited, and you didn't have a good plan B. And then he started to fail as he bet on himself with Dak, and Jerry's saying, God, he's not worth it.
Right.
Well, same thing just happened with DeAndre Ayton. He is a very good player. He's not a great player.
Right.
And if you redrafted that draft, and he's only 23 now, but if you look back,
they take a Luka
went third, and I'm pretty sure he'd go one.
Absolutely, he would go one.
How would he not? And then who goes after that? You know, Trey.
With Trey, where they switch with Atlanta and the Dallas.
Yeah. Okay. But look, DeAndre's not a bad player. He's not a bust.
Right.
But
he's the third best player of those top 3 picks. So Luka, Trey Young, and Luke and DeAndre Ayton. He's the third best player.
Okay. So for his career, he's averaged 16 and 10.
Right.
And last year he averaged 17 and 10. So it's okay.
But when you look at him, Skip, you look how skilled. You look at 7 foot tall. He can run like a deer. He should be 23 and 12.
Okay, I got it. Which is why he's still very good. But here's the bottom line. With him in the middle of that lineup, literally in the middle, they went 64 and 18 in the regular season.
Yep.
That was 8 games better than Memphis in the West. That was 11 games better than the #1 seed in the East, Miami. They obliterated the field.
They did.
Okay, well, was he part of it? Sure, he was part of that.
Yes.
Was Chris part of it? Was Book part? Yeah,
yes.
we got it. And are they deep? Sure.
Yeah, but
deep.
I think, Skip, for Monty Williams, I don't think his fire burns bright enough or long enough for his liking, because Monty Williams is looking at him, bro, you 7 foot tall, as athletic as you are, you should dominate more games than what you dominate. But what's happened with the Brooklyn Nets, Skip, is that Minnesota got that deal for Rudy Gobert. Or Utah got the deal for Rudy Gobert.
Yep.
It's like, if I listen, Skip, I see a house in my neighborhood. Man, that house went for that. My house bigger, My house has more amenities, but I put my house on the market and I don't get that. That doesn't necessarily mean that my house isn't valuable. That just means somebody might have overpaid for that house. And that's what's transpiring with the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn Nets said, y'all see what Rudy Gobert? He went for players and basically 5 first-rounders. That's Kevin bleeping Durant.
That is correct.
Well, they just overpaid.
Yep.
We're not finna overpay for Kevin Durant.
Okay, so the bottom line is that Monty Williams bet on DeAndre Ayton against Giannis, and he put all his eggs in one basket, and it was DeAndre's basket, and it was a bad idea because everybody up to that point, starting with Kawhi and company in Toronto, had built the proverbial wall.
You got to, Skip.
And after the 5th game, Chris Paul said after the game, maybe we should think about building a wall?
Yes.
Because he was just putting DeAndre on Giannis saying, take him.
Yeah.
No, he got torched.
Yeah, but Skip, it's not like it's not like DA is thought of as a great defender. He can block shots. He's a help defender, but an on-ball defender, we talked about it like they thought he was Olajuwon. I mean, maybe if you take somebody like Olajuwon, okay, Olajuwon, you got to deal with Giannis one-on-one. Okay, fine. But not DeAndre Ayton. Build that wall. Everybody that has had success up until that point had built the wall.
Okay. And then all of a sudden, they have a commanding lead against
2-0.
Dallas. Yeah.
You talking about San Antonio.
That was 2-0 there.
Yeah, that was 2-0.
I agree.
Yeah, okay.
So here we go again.
They were 2-0 on Dallas.
It goes down to Game 7 at home. You got to go win the game because he's got to come out and play hot. You know, he's got to play with high energy, and his motor doesn't run hot. It just runs somewhere in the middle. And all of a sudden, Monty's getting on him early in the second half, and Lil Wayne was sitting right there, so he told me the whole exchange. It got really ugly between the two of them, and Monty said, that is enough. You go sit down there, and he left him down there on the end of the bench the whole rest of Game 7. Remember that?
Yes. Norman Powell and Maxi Kleber are the centers for the Dallas Mavericks. DeAndre Ayton says, let me show you why you should have gave me this money. I got a 35-20 in my back pocket. He does 35-20, Skip, in Game 7.
You got it. No. But he didn't.
No.
And Monty was trying to light his fire.
Skip, I can't. Look, I'm tired. You ain't a candle. I'm not finna light you every night. Bro, spark off yourself.
Okay, well, now they are stuck with that because Indiana came out of nowhere and said, we offer. And that's all they needed was just the offer. And Phoenix is like, damn. We're stuck. We're damned if we do, damned if we don't. And they damned if they do.
Well, that just makes it easier for us to get Miles Turner and old Buddy Hield. That make it easier. We got a plan. We're going to talk about you. We got a plan, Skip. See, sometimes
we're talking about the Lakers. Well, you better have a plan.
We got it.
Okay, so the Indiana's now back in the business of saving the Lakers. Is that what you're saying? The reason for being for the Indiana Pacers is to make sure the Lakers thrive.
Well, they gave Malcolm Brogdon to the Celtics. Do us a solid since y'all giving away good players.
Well,
you want to see
take Russ. Anybody will take Russ. Russ is great.
What's wrong with Russ?
Yeah. What's right with Russ is the question.
Man, you a hater.
That's a whole nother topic, guys. All right, DeAndre Ayton and Monty Williams, by the way, have still never publicly talked about that exchange on the court. And according to the terms of this deal, guys, not only can Ayton not be traded until January 15th, he has veto power over any trade for an entire year.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.